And then that'll be it. Many migrants who swarm or jump over fences to rush into Spain's African enclave of Ceuta this week were returning home, with some saying hunger, exhaustion, and hostility from locals had crushed their hopes of a new life in Europe.
Exhausted migrants collapse on the beach after swimming to the Spanish enclave of Ceuta from Morocco on Saturday. According to Spanish authorities, about 50,000 people had crossed into Ceuta by land and sea from Thursday, an unprecedented surge at one of the European Union's only land borders with Africa. Spain says more than 48,000 of them have since returned to Morocco. On Saturday, a large group was seen being escorted back by security forces. Officials say at least 67 bodies have been recovered on the Spanish side. Some drowned, others crushed while trying to climb the breakwater and border fence.
I prefer to die here than to go back.
Mujahid Ahmed said he has been on the move since conflict erupted in his home country of Sudan.
One day when I was watching the media, I saw that people, they are coming by thousands to the border. So I say, oh, let's try. I'm not a Moroccan. If they should return me, they should return me to my country. And this is this situation. Can you return the people to the country that which is having a conflict or crisis war? We are human.
Migrants told Reuters they had initially been drawn by viral social media videos and messages from friends suggesting that the heavily guarded border could be breached. Many, including Moroccan waiter Yassine Icho, said hunger, exhaustion. Moroccan waiter Yassine Icho said hunger, exhaustion, and hostility from locals had crushed their hopes of a new life in Europe. He says he spent a day without food because all the shops and markets were closed. Spain said migrant crossings into Ceuta stopped overnight as police began installing a more than 1,500-foot floating barrier. The head of Ceuta's local government, Juan Jesus Vivas, says the atmosphere remains tense.
Ceuta no ha logrado la normalidad.
Ceuta has not returned to normal. We are not in a state of normalcy. There are still several thousand people in Ceuta who must be returned. And the atmosphere among the population of Ceuta remains marked by unease and concern.
Ceuta marcado por la inquietud y por la preocupación.
The mass crossing prompted alarm across the European Union, and 22 member states wrote a letter asking for coordinated action to protect external borders and other measures. Ireland, which holds the rotating EU presidency, said it had called an emergency video conference meeting of the bloc's interior ministers to discuss the crisis on Tuesday.
Okay, so this is another video that I had on the list if I were to do, now I'm sharing it, about the Spain-Morocco situation. There's this here. Warm reception by the Moroccan army for those returning from the Spanish city of Ceuta to Morocco. All right, so those migrants are returning, okay, because Spain stopped them. All right, whoever in Morocco put false information on the internet, and these people went and followed and listened to what the internet says, and then Spain was like, no, we didn't open the border for anybody to come. They sent them back. Now when they return, this is what's happening here. Allegedly, okay, because I'm seeing it on the internet, so let's put allegedly. Oh my God. If this is true, it's not the Spain problem. This is very sad. Those people in high position not educating their people, and many of these young men, it's like their brain is empty. Anything that they put out there, it's very sad. They follow, and then this is what happened. This is the new type of war that's going on, using humans, especially black and brown. And then I remember there was one video I came across where Moroccans were saying they're not black, and shame on the Moroccan government to use its citizen for doing that. All right, there's another thing that I have about the Spain-Moroccan situation. Two top Republicans, both originally pro-Trump, confirms that the U.S. attacked Spain using Morocco as a proxy. Let's put allegedly. U.S. paid Morocco at least $40 million 2 weeks before the Ceuta breach. People were reportedly lured into participating through social media, while the breach was amplified as a migrant invasion online by U.S., Israel, and Russian disinformation and disruption network and compromised media network and politician on right-wing's legacy media. It's very sad. $40 million. These are all those monies that they took from Social Security, whatever what Doge did with whatever Americans' money. This is what's being used here because these people, they have a bigger plan. They have a bigger plan. They think they're going to stay in power forever. This is why the midterm election is very important and the next presidential election. Those MAGAs caused this problem, caused this for putting this guy in place. I'm not saying the Democrats are any better, but at least there was some sort of a law we were following. Here, there's none, no respect. All right, let me share the last one, and then I'm done with the Morocco-Spain situation, because I had these, and I didn't think I was going to share it. Okay, breaking from CEUTA, illegal migrants are jumping out of military convoys as they are being taken back to the Moroccan border. Several fled into the hills, where many are hiding through the night. 60,000 crossed in just days. We are on the ground. We are filming everything. We will show you what the media want. All right, 37 seconds, screenshot in between. Oh my God, there's more stuff. Let's see here. To the effing politician bastard who dared to say that things are back to normal in CEUTA, just 3 minutes from my house. Tell me how the hell I'm supposed to step out now without thinking something gonna happen to me while these criminals roam free because okay, I'm not this person who's posting this, okay? I understand and I truly feel for how he's feeling because everybody wants to be safe. But the thing is that is the people, the politicians who are in high up, who are using these people to create this instability that's going on globally. Globally. It's very sad. I don't want to discredit this person at all. I probably will feel the same way as well. What if I step outside and for some reason I forgot my ID or whatever, and then they consider me as, I'm talking as if I'm this person. I could understand his or her fear. But the politician above that's using people as a form of weapon, They want destabilization. That's what they want. They want to destabilize the area, and those other people who's using taking money to help. This is why Morocco is friended with that video that I had of Harry and Meghan going to Morocco, where Chris Chip says something. It's one of the safest, I'm paraphrasing, one of the safest country in the region.
The Foreign Office is using the Sussexes to strengthen ties with Morocco. It's the most stable country in a region of instability. So by sending Harry and Meghan, Britain has dispatched its most powerful diplomatic weapon from its royal armory.
Now they're creating this destabilization. I don't think Morocco will be the same anymore after this, just for taking $40 million. It's not like, I mean, I'm sure there's things they could do to make those money, but this is the evil with money. Oh God, help us. I hope Morocco get back to normal, or to whatever normal is over there, but it's very sad. All right, so that is it. I already closed up. Maybe I'll take it out and make it a different video. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching. All right, today is August 3rd, 2026. It is 10:13 a.m. I'm editing a video that I recorded this morning, and I'm in the portion where I'm talking about Morocco and Spain. So I came across some more tweets that I could answer to it. So I'm gonna record it. Hopefully I could squeeze it in and make it part of that video. So let's go on X. Okay. Let me pause and make sure I got it in the order that I put it on the list. All right, so this is the first tweet that I have on the list. I'll try to focus on the first tweet and maybe sometime the retweet and sometimes some of the responses, depending on how it goes. Okay, so there's that here. This is absolutely crazy. Did the US just pay Morocco to invade Spain so that they could manufacture an immigrant invasion and distract us from Trump's war in Iran? Not just the war in Iran, also what's going on in America with the Epstein file. All of this, I think each time they're getting close to something, they manufacture something to distract people.
You desired squirrel!
Now, with what just happened and between Morocco and Spain, this is exactly the same blueprint that they did leading up to the 2024 election at the border between Mexico and the United States. And in one of my videos, I went, I look at the map to see where, what's that country, Venezuela is located at, okay, where all the immigrants had to travel, or I don't know, walk or drive or fly, I don't know. But these people had to travel from Venezuela and pass through many other countries to get to the northern border of Mexico. But for the US, the southern border of the United States between the US and Mexico. So which means, okay, if you guys are thinking clearly, and those who have been following some of my discussion, before I used to talk in theory, now we are seeing it playing out right in front of us. So which means all those countries in the southern borders, okay, let me pause and look at some of the, you got all right, so this is what I type on Google. Map of South America between Venezuela to Mexico. Let's see, this one probably is a good one. All right, I'll enlarge it when I'm editing. All right, so that's Venezuela over here, okay? So, which means those migrants, I'm talking about leading up to the 24 election, okay? Where, Trump talking point was immigrants. Immigrants is invading the country. That was his only talking point. So many of those immigrants were coming from Venezuela, okay? And there's another issue with Venezuela as well. Leading up to that, the first issue that they started was they had land dispute between Guyana and Venezuela. And then, out of nowhere, this is how sneaky the UK is. When the dispute, that's how they started it, okay, between Venezuela and Guyana, to have the UK come and sort of give them some sort of a buffer, protect them. What was the issue? They claim, I have some screenshot. Just look on the screen, because I have the screenshot of why the UK sent its warships somewhere in that region. But to get, I remember. The UK claimed that they had special interest with one of their Commonwealth. I think it was Guyana. They want to make sure Guyana is safe or something like that. Either Guyana or Venezuela. But then they got their ship down there. And the talking point of those warships about the UK, you don't hear it anymore. But the reason that I think the UK sent their warship is because at that time it was Biden in office. So they sent that as a way to, they thought that Biden will send military down south to protect whatever, okay? But Biden had his own issues going on in the US, so Biden didn't do anything. So this is how the UK present itself in that whole debacle, okay? If they had stayed quiet, I will not think they were involved. But because of that step that they did, sending warship in that region, I knew they were involved. Okay? Then Venezuela felt like it was fine. They got their talking point to start the conversation going. So those migrants had to follow. This is the key point here. Had to go through Colombia and all these countries, Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Guatemala, maybe Belize, but I'm not sure because Belize is at the edge, so question mark. So which means all these countries in South America are on the same page. They were part of it, or they were paid off to get those migrants through their country to go through Mexico, because at that time Mexico had a different president. Okay, to send them at the southern border of the United States, so Trump could have its talking point, and then that will disrupt the American people thinking there's issues. Meanwhile, in the Senate, they were trying to, I think they had a bipartisan resolution for immigration. What did Trump say? Trump and its minion in office, Trump told them to not vote for it. So that bill never passed. So that blueprint that they had here, okay, it's working right now in between Spain and Morocco. So now we're getting back to here. Okay, so this is what this tweet is saying here. This is absolutely crazy. Many people were in the dark. I'm not shocked by this because it was played right there in the United States. And I've been saying it in the past couple of years. Did the US just pay Morocco to invade Spain so that they could manufacture an immigrant invasion and distract us from Trump's war in Iran? And then, you know where this originated from? Not just the US. I told you guys, it originated in the UK. They tested it. They tested it in the UK. I think it was in the summer of 2024, the riot that went on when the Farage, I think, his group or something, were making noise about immigrants, and all of a sudden it get people riled up. Go crazy, burning cars, those riots, hurting immigrants who's there making a living. Okay, this is the thing that is being played here. Racism is being played here. Making seem like migrant is doing this, migrant. Meanwhile, is to disrupt the population of confusion. When you have confusion like this, you have the Epstein people file still intact. You have those royal family still receiving taxpayers' money. You have all those elite people, their livelihood is safe. Meanwhile, the little people are going crazy. Okay, this is exactly what's happening here. All right, let me read this here. So this is a screenshot of former Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm really surprised by her. Okay, I told you guys I think I was at the doctor's office, and she was on CNN talking, and I was surprised. She was making sense to me. I didn't trust her, but it seems like she's making sense. All right, so let's see what, I don't follow her, so let's see here. Republicans paid $40 million of your tax dollar to Morocco to invade Spain, and then they all pretended like borders matter and clutched their pearls like invasion or offensive. Republicans and Democrats are the same, and the Uni Party has put us in $40 trillion in debt, and Americans last. Okay, as much as I guess her conviction is coming to light or whatever, but this thing have been playing out. Unfortunately, Marjorie Taylor Greene was part of the problem that got us where we are now, because she had helped Trump to flourish. But it is now, I guess, she's seeing the light. Okay? All right. So she retweeted Thomas Massie. I think I have something regarding him as well. 2 weeks before migrants from Morocco invades Ceuta, I think that's the way they pronounce it, Ceuta. In past videos, I think I pronounced it wrong. Invade Ceuta, the GOP passed a bill with $40 million for Morocco and a committee report advising Spanish-administered cities of Ceuta and Melilla are located in the Moroccan territory and remain the subject of Morocco's long-standing claim. Alright, so they create chaos. Alright, so that's that. This is the tweet. I'm gonna go to the next one. This one, I think it's longer. It was on the screen when I turned on the TV. Oh, I'm saying the TV, the computer. When I went on X. Exclusive bombshell. The world must know. Please share. U.S. Congressman Thomas Massie revealed new information about the involvement of the United States and Trump in the attack on Spain. I quote Massie's post, quote, 2 weeks before the migrant from Morocco invades Ceuta, the United States Congress approved a bill allocating $40 million to Morocco, along with a commission report that stated the following. The cities of Ceuta and Melilla, administered by Spain, are located in Morocco territory and remain the subject of a historical claim by Morocco. In plain English, close quote, in plain English, and so everyone can understand, Trump gave Morocco a check for $40 million with the note Ceuta and Melilla are Moroccans. Question: what were those $40 million for? Rhetorical question. In a bit, I'll post the link to what Massie said so as not to mess up the post algorithm and ensure this information reaches more people. Be patient. Once again, I thank Massie for the truthful information. I mean, this is why my channel is not doing well at all. I read between the lines and I share my thought with you. Okay? I saw this coming miles away. Alright, once again, I thank Massie for the truthful information he provides us. If there were politicians like him at the helm of the White House, it will even be a pleasure to have relation with the US. Okay, who is this guy talking? Where is he? Okay, El Mas. Okay, so that's probably someone in Spain. And I said in one of my videos where I was talking about the Morocco thing, and I said, this is why we need well-minded, educated people who run for office, who's there to take care of the people. Because if they had a hot head like the Trump in Spain, this would have been a disaster. And that carried out from the World Cup, because they had a plan for the World Cup and Spain stopped them. And then now they're trying to mess up Spain, and he's doing his best to stop it. And keep in mind, if you are in Spain and you understand what I'm saying here, you understand English, they have MAGAs over there as well. Keep that in mind. They have MAGAs over there as well, because some of the thing that ICE is doing in the United States, I saw a little fraction, a small flurry of it on X that were shown way before Trump came in office for the second term. Okay? So they're having a plan for you guys as well. Because we need to pray for, what's his name? President, Prime Minister of Spain, this guy from Spain. We need to pray for him, because the less chaos there is on this planet, the better. Hopefully, Spain hold its front, and then the United States needs to do its part. People like myself who see what's going on to vote the right way. And Congressman Thomas Massie, who's putting this information out there, letting, you know, Spain what's going on, because these people, those MAGAs, are like taking control over the US and make the US look bad. So as much, I think I'm not sure what political party is Thomas Massie is, but at least he's putting the right information out there. And that will prevent war. Okay, we're trying to avoid war, but these guys, the Trumpist people, the MAGAs, the racists, they want war, they want division, especially with the Epstein file. They don't want that to come out. So the more disturbance, division, chaos, the better for them. No, the Epstein file doesn't have to open. And what's going on in the Middle East, it's like disaster after disaster. And to stop this mess. All right, let's finish. Okay, once again, I think, okay, I read this. I have more information to share with everyone about what happened in Ceuta, and I still need to address Israel involvement in all this. I already have the material ready, but I still need to put together the presentation of the information. Everything takes time. All right, so that's that. There's more information. Did he put the link? No. These are in Spanish, or some of them are not. If Ferrigo knows that Pedro knew about it, did he tell him? Okay, let me go into that. All right, so that's in Spanish. You could read that. Let me go into that. All right, if Ferrigo knows that Pedro knew about it, did he tell him, and how? With a "you're gonna shit yourself." They wanted to provoke a massacre like Melena, and despite the victims, rest in peace, the shot backfired on them, and nothing. As soon as they found out it was a hoax, they left. Yeah, I've shared some of those videos already. There's so much more. I don't understand Spanish, so I don't want to give myself too much work. I have the link of the original tweet, which is this. So if anything, I could always come back to it. Next tweet. This is crazy. They want world war. I'm telling you, it started, let me pause this. It started trying to get African American on the street. Okay? People around the world need to understand this. They were trying to get African American on the street so they could do their chaos, martial law. African American did not take the bait because African American read the Project 2025. So they didn't get that. And now you have ICE doing its thing and whatnot. So they're moving to the next phase to get people upset. This is what they're looking for. The same thing you saw happen in the UK, I think 2024, about immigrants, whatnot. They were burning cars, and I have a video that I spoke about it. Okay? They want that kind of reaction from the population. They wanted that in the US. African American did not give it to them. So now, unfortunately, I feel really bad for the Moroccans because they don't know. And it's very sad as well. Many of them don't think themselves as black. Okay? I wish I had shared that video a couple years ago when I came across this guy swear he's not black. And now his government is using the population of Moroccan to create chaos. I don't think Morocco's gonna be peaceful anymore after what just happened here. Now, the king in Morocco just shook his throne for what he just did here by taking $40 million from the US. Okay?
Mr. Speaker, let me return to the Rwanda Migration and Economic Development Partnership. So 2.5 years after the previous government launched it, I can report it has already cost the British taxpayer £700 million in order to send just 4 volunteers. Those costs include £290 million payments to Rwanda, chartering flights that never took off, detaining hundreds of people and then releasing them, and paying for more than 1,000 civil servants to work on the scheme. A scheme to send 4 people It is the most shocking waste of taxpayers' money I have ever seen. Looking forward, the costs are set to get worse. Even if the scheme had ever got going, it's clear it would only cover a minority of arrivals. Yet a substantial portion of future costs were fixed costs. For example, the annual direct payments to Rwanda, the contracts for escorts, the staffing in the Home Office, the detention and reception centres, and more. So the taxpayer would still have to pay out no matter how few people were relocated. And most shocking of all, over the 6 years of the Migration and Economic Development Partnership forecast, the previous government had planned to spend over £10 billion of taxpayers' money on the scheme. They did not tell Parliament that. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the Rwandan government for working with the UK in good faith, because the failure for this policy lies with the previous UK government. It has been a costly con, and the taxpayer has had to pay the price.
So this is the next tweet. The King of Morocco, Mohammed VI, completely hammered in the street of Paris, where he regularly comes to enjoy the hospitals and the comfort of French democracy. I think this is him, let me see, with the glasses. I'm gonna go through it like this. I think it's him with the glasses here. Let me see, King of Morocco, so I could get a picture of him. I don't know the prince that Harry met, if it's his son, but he looks so young though. Let me pause for, let me just go in. Okay, so that's him here. Okay, he might be his father. Okay, so there he is here with the glasses. So that's him on the street, but he looks so big. Oh, let's pause. Not him. I'm trying to block it. Not him. I'm going back. Him. All in khaki. I think that's him. That's him. Okay, is that really him in the video? The person says yes. Oh, the hospital? I don't think so. He's coming for a matter of discretion. Morocco isn't some underdeveloped country. Just look at the state of France and then come to Morocco. Yes and no, they have their things, but what just happened right now, using the people, I look in one of my videos who controls the media or something like that, and it's both the royal family and some private investors or whatnot. All right, so they have a say on that, even though they don't own the media 100%, but I'm sure if they say no, something cannot go online, it will not go. All right, so that's that with this tweet. Oh my god, I'm gonna have not recorded. Next one. Okay. All right, so there's some videos about that. People are talking about it. Moroccans residing abroad are outraged by the death of Moroccans and the exploitation of the Moroccan people's misery by the king and Moroccan authorities in this diplomatic pressure operation. It is time for the king to step aside. I told you what he just did here. He just shook his throne. He just shook his throne. Okay? He just shook his throne. Because from that video when Harry and Meghan went to visit the prince over there, Chris Ship was saying that was one of the most stabilized country in the region.
The Foreign Office is using the Sussexes to strengthen ties with Morocco. It's the most stable country in a region of instability. So by sending Harry and Meghan, Britain has dispatched its most powerful diplomatic weapon from its royal armoury.
Now, I guess some people cannot live in peace. He just put a bullseye on his throne. Okay. I don't think Morocco is gonna be the same anymore. And it's very sad because again, the UK is working in the shadow. It's very sad. Alright, where was I? And the exploitation of the Moroccan people's misery by the king and Moroccan authorities and this diplomatic pressure operation. It is time for the king to step aside. He has caused too much damage. All right, let's see here.
Mohammed VI الشفار المجرم 74 الشباب اللي ماتوا بسبب الغباء ديالك 74 شباب ماتوا. دابا يا ولاد الشعب فين راه هذيك المقولة ديال شعبي العزيز؟ يقولنا لكم مرارا وتكرارا باللي هاد محمد 6 ما كيحملش فينا شعره، ما كيحملش. دابا نرجع لكم واحد النقطة. عرفتي علاش الشعب الريفي والشعب الصحراوي بغى يستقل من هذا النظام؟ لحقاش واحد النظام فاشل، لحقاش واحد النظام ما كيبغيناش. حتى نتوما يا خوتنا المغاربه خصنا نتحدوا نديروا اليد في اليد. حنا ما بغيناش الحرب في بلاد، ما بغيناش الحرب الاهليه، بغينا نخرجوا هاد الديكتاتور وهاد الديكتاتوريه نعيشوا بكرامه. انا كيقول لك بغينا نردك، بغيتونا تردونا بحال سوريا والعراق. دابا ما وليناش اكثر من سوريا والعراق، كيموتوا الشباب ديالنا باش يجيو يهاجروا عند بلادات الناس. هذه ماشي سوريا والعراق. في قولة الشعب صاحبي راه القلب كيتقطع. 74 شاب مات صاحبي. يقول لك شعبي العزيز. ها الهضره اللي كنقول لكم باللي هذا ما كاين لا شعبي العزيز ولا هم يحزنون. فيق الشعب. طور عليك محمد 6 يا العياش يا المخزن.
Okay, I didn't know it was whatever language, Arabic or something. Let's see this. Hopefully it's English. Let's see. I'll let it play. I don't know who might understand it, but I'll let it play and there'll be screenshot, okay?
Par rapport à ce qui s'est passé à Ceuta. Donc comme vous le savez, j'ai pas mal de familles au Maroc, dont notamment à Tanger. Donc j'ai pas mal de cousins. Et j'ai des cousins justement qui me racontent, ils ont été contactés. Ils ont été contactés pour qu'ils se rendent à Ceuta. On leur a dit que les frontières étaient ouvertes, qu'ils avaient rien à craindre, qu'ils pouvaient partir tranquille et qu'ils auraient leurs papiers pour partir en Europe. Vous imaginez la dinguerie? Deuxièmement, pendant ce qui s'est passé à Ceuta, vous devez savoir que à Bninsa, c'est la ville frontalière à Melilla. Melilla, c'est la deuxième enclave espagnole. Il y a eu aussi des tentatives, et je vous mets la vidéo, des voitures brûlées, justement. Et donc tout ça, mis bout à bout, tout ça coordonné, il y a quelque chose qui cloche. Il y a quelque chose qui cloche, et je vous le dis, et je vous le répète. Et moi, jouer avec la détresse des êtres humains, sincèrement, ça me dégoûte. Ça me dégoûte, ça me dégoûte. Vous devez savoir qu'il y a eu plus de 67 morts. 67 morts pour des enjeux ou je sais pas quoi. Sincèrement, ça me dégoûte. En tout cas, je lâche pas l'affaire. Je continue à vous informer. Prenez soin de vous. Je vous aime.
Again, I don't understand. Okay, we know what we lose. Never.
Mohammed VI.
Okay, we know what we lose, never what we gain. If the king step aside for his son or his brother, but he's done too much harm, it's fine. Next, we then see them rise up when the Algerian army killed the jet skiers. Okay, so there's all of that. So there's much more going on in that region I'm not aware of, so I don't want to say too much. But the action that happened, I understand how it came about. That I could put my opinion in that. But any internal thing that's going on within those region, I'm not 100% aware of. Alright? Alright, let's go to the next tweet. So hopefully some of you understand those two videos. Alright, next tweet. Another instance of the aggression by Mohammed VI police against their Moroccan citizen. Hello, FIFA.com. Oops, let's pause. Okay, hello FIFA. Okay, is Morocco a safe host for the 2030 World Cup? Oh, that's where it's gonna go? Well, there's a lot of things. People's already sending things. They don't want to be part of it. That was something I saw. Okay, I have it. I put it on the list. Okay, I'll share it with you. It's 2 more tweets and it's the last one. Let's see. Some of those images I cannot share. Okay, too graphic, and I don't want YouTube to come after me. Just know they were beating that guy up there, kicking him. I'm looking at it, hitting him with the baton. something like this. It might be smaller, but oh my God. Human rights in that culture do not exist. A war like the one that separates Mexico from the USA, and the one who violates it, lead dead, the dog dead, the rabies. Okay, so there's all of that. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, I may not even share that one here. Next tweet. Okay, let's pause this. New. Qatar says it will arrest Netanyahu if he enters any of the 57 Islamic nations. 19 seconds. I don't know what language, probably Islamic. Oh. Okay. Okay, so there's the music. I don't know about this. Many of them, you have some actors there, okay? You have some actors there. Where I'll believe it when it happened, okay? So there's this here. I did respond to it. I can believe this 3 hours ago. All right, the real terrorists. They put this, and I say you forgot one more. Just guess who it is. Okay, so this is the last one I have on the list. That's regarding FIFA. Okay. Gianni Infantino is said to hold a meeting with senior figures in the Trump administration as he seeks support to continue at FIFA. Infantino, I mean, what the hell is Trump has to do with this? What the? It's like a freaking... Where did I read this? I think it was in one of those tweets from Spain where they call it mafia. They're trying to get control of everything. I mean, FIFA's not going to be the same anymore. What the hell? Why do you have to speak with him? Okay, Infantino has already been calling Federation for public support as pressure grows for him to resign. But guess what? You know what I'm thinking? You know, those mobsters can have it, but those countries who wants to have a fair system of game, they just remove themselves and create another one. Let them have their corrupt thing. Let them have it. That's their table. And then create a different one. Oh, Jesus. And then players could determine if they want to play, if they want to sell their soul to the devil. All right, there are denial from sources. There is especially a call today at midday, yet those close to Marco Rubio confirm ongoing contact with Gianni Infantino. I'm afraid if Infantino happens to get the support he needs from the US, then there is nothing UEFA and others can do about his resignation. Okay, Trump has a lot of influence in the world. Once he backs Infantino, nobody can... I mean, they're putting threat on people. That's all. With fear. This is the thing. You know, all the time where they were saying that when the military said they don't need any more weapons, they don't need any more arms, but the Republican keeps saying, yes, we do, yes, we do. It's for that, okay? But one of the resistance that they got is Iran. Iran is matching them face to face, fire with fire. Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And don't forget to check my shop for jigsaws and whatnot. Okay, so share my videos. I see people are watching it, but the revenue, the information I'm putting out there, I think it's probably revealing some truth. My humble opinion is revealing some truth, their tactic. Alright, so that's it. Pretty much everything that they're playing out is a blueprint. It happened one place, they tested in the UK, it worked. They tried it in the US, it didn't work. They tried it in Morocco, it worked. Well, no, yes and no, yes and no. It worked by the people, but the well-minded politician in the I'm saying in the UK and Spain did the right thing. Okay, so that's that. Thanks for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.